What's up, guys? Frankie here. In this video, I'm going to show you guys an agency funnel, and really you can use this in any sort of online business that has generated millions and millions of dollars for sales. Now, obviously, those are our results. I'm not promising you'll do this, but what you'll see is it's actually amazingly simple. I believe that anybody with a little bit of work ethic can do it and get some sort of results and benefits. And I want to show you guys how this works, pull down the curtain and show you like kind of not just the funnel, but the setup of how we actually built it. And we're doing this in a lot of different industries. So I have some crypto projects that we're like founding members of. And this is the funnel that we're using. I have agency coaching and mentorship. This is the funnel. Many of you guys are on my email list stuff. You're in this funnel right now. We use this to sell agency digital marketing services, and we've sold a whole lot of stuff. The only thing I probably haven't done a lot with is e-commerce, but I'm positive it would work for e-commerce as well. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know me already, my name is Frankie Finn, wrote this best-selling book here, Beyond the Agency Box. I have built 3 different digital marketing agencies up to 100 plus clients, and I've helped mentor and coach thousands of people to do this worldwide. So I want to show you guys this magic funnel. So let's get into the magic here. The funnel, in essence, when you guys see it and understand it, it's like, oh, it's so simple, but it's very, very simple. Is we have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of little pieces of what I would call micro content that all point back to our sales stuff. So like in this case, it's a sales video. And what happens is people watch our videos and without even talking to us, they just join it and buy in. So to give you guys a visual of this and how this is done, and this is not, by the way, me being active on 10,000 social media networks. So I want to show you guys just how we do it. It's mostly managed by VAs, and I'll show you what the process of creating this actually looks like. And a lot of this stuff, by the way, we also turn this micro content into paid ads, and I'll show you how we've got it down to like, 2 hours a month, basically. So you'll see I got a ton of stuff on YouTube. We take a lot of that stuff and also repackage it on LinkedIn. And also, same stuff gets posted on our Facebook page. I don't even think I've ever logged into TikTok, but I got a following on TikTok. We have the same thing on Instagram. I have a Medium blog you guys can check out. It's a very popular blogging site. We actually have a blog on our own site, so like organic sort of SEO traffic trickles in. And as well, we have all this on Pinterest. So by and large, most of the major social media networks, I probably forgot 1 or 2 in there, but I just want to show you guys what this looks like visually. And just so you guys know, none of these pieces of content, I'm depending on them to go viral and, millions of people watch it. In fact, most of them usually just get a little trickle. But what happens is when you have thousands of little trickles that all point to your sales material, collectively, it adds up to a waterfall that turns into sales and revenues and all of those things. And I want to show you guys deeper than that. Kind of the next piece is how we're able to do this with a massive amount of leverage. And it's very, very simple. So I've got this deduced down to 5 simple processes. So process number 1 is we got to figure out what to talk about. And so the way we do that is I have my VAs, they go and do research, and they research in different communities and YouTube channels and things like that. And they research what are the hot topics that everybody's talking about? What are the trending things that people can't shut up about? Now, not always can I talk about those things. Sometimes, for example, like AI chatbots are really hot in our space right now, but I don't use any AI chatbots. So like I know what they are. I have an idea how they work, but I don't really have that much intelligent stuff to say. So I don't record any content about AI chatbots. But having said that, like the stuff that's left over, which 60-70% of it is usually, if like you guys are in this, like if you're doing SEO or pay-per-click, all the topics within SEO or pay-per-click, you could probably talk about in your sleep. Then the second thing we do is we take that list and we batch record content. Now, I'll tell you, this alone will stop a lot of people from doing this because too many of you guys out there, I'm just being real with you guys, are way too caught up in the shit that don't matter. Like, oh, my hair doesn't look right. I got a pimple and I hate the way my voice sounds on camera. Can't record today. And then there's all the mental, nobody cares what I have to say and what I think. If you can get over all that stuff and just get in front of a camera and make shit and realize that you're not making it for you, you're making it for the other people on the other side that you help, that you serve. And the simplest way to do this is to give away the ideas for free. So say, for example, you sell SEO, you talk about how to do SEO without you. And what will happen is, say you do it for plumbers, most plumbers will watch that and go, man, that makes a lot of sense to me, but I don't want to do that. Can you just do that for me? So that's the ideal reaction. Is, so I say, give away the ideas, charge for the implementation, to show people how to do exactly what you do. And occasionally, by the way, some people will take your free shit and they'll use it and they'll come back and thank you, which is just as cool, by the way, is when people who you'll never work with still say thank you. So we batch record these all back to back. Sometimes I'll change shirts in the middle of my recording, so it looks like it's a different day, different time, or put on a hat or something. But really, I just like 1-2 hours, and this can be done once per month. That's it. And you can actually film an entire month's worth of content. So like maybe 4 to 5 long videos, and those those long videos can be chopped up into smaller videos. And then what happens is, again, you get a mountain of stuff that creates a trickle. And I should clarify, by the way, here. One of the biggest reasons people don't do this whole kind of system that I'm showing you guys here is because in the first 3 months you do it, like literally nothing fucking happens. The first 3 months is you put out some stuff and there's a little bit of trickle, but nobody buys your shit and nobody cares, and everybody has the temptation to quit. After 3 to 6 months, you start to get a trickle, a little bit of business, and you're like, okay, this is kind of working a little bit, and you can kind of see a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's not really worth it still. At 6 to 12 months, it becomes obvious it's starting to work, and it starts to compound, because instead of having, in the beginning, you have 5 ways people can find you, and then all of a sudden you have 500, and then you have 5,000. For those of you guys who watch a lot of Alex Hormozi, this is his funnel, by the way. You're looking at Alex Hormozi's funnel as well, or Gary Vee. This is Gary Vee's funnel, just the same. And then what will happen is it compounds, and after a year, it'll be the best investment you ever made if you take the time and energy to build this. But it is not. It is the opposite of instant gratification. For those of you guys who do SEO, it's a lot like SEO, where it just compounds over time. So, anyways, batch record content. That's like, just schedule it once a month, couple hours, you record, and you talk about the very topics. And these do not have to be overly professional produced. They don't have to have graphics and cuts. In fact, it's better that they're not. It's just a real person talking about real shit. The point of these videos is not to try and go viral. It's to sell your shit, right? So it's to get people to buy into what you're doing and simultaneously be giving value. And what will happen, by the way, is people will Netflix sort of binge watch your stuff. I have people who told me, like, I watched every video you ever made, which is kind of mind blowing to me, because like, we put out a lot of shit. So third stage goes to a graphic editor. They have processes, and for the most part, they're just putting on like titles, thumbnails, and like the description. So like people who have the sound off, and there's a bunch of tools that we use to assist those. To be honest with you, I'd have to ask my video editors what they use, but I believe Descript is one of the ones we use, and there's another one called Veed. But don't quote me on that. We may have one or tools that I forgot. Like, again, I'm not using these day to day. We upload those things, send them over to a VA. Then what happens is they get passed over into our VA, then passes them to another machine. And we have another VA who is the distribution person. So these are 2 different VAs. One does video editing and one does distribution. And they focus on posting these all the different places and making sure that we're up to date and active and scheduling them day after day. So what it looks like is you're super, super active on social media. But in reality, like I said, I don't even know my own login to TikTok. I have no idea how to get into Pinterest. I haven't logged into LinkedIn in months. Actually, I did this morning to take that picture. But before that, like, it's been months since I logged in. I'm active on Facebook because you can genuinely use it to communicate with. But by and large, you're putting out stuff, and these things are each bringing a trickle of people to you. And if you got a $1,000 to $10,000 a month thing, like, this thing adds up quickly. Now, the 5th piece to this is driving all of that traffic to a video that sells your stuff. These are what I'm probably most known for, my magic little 5-minute Loom videos. And this is really just a sales call and fast forward. It tells people what kind of results you can get, who's a good fit for it, how the process works, how much your stuff costs, and if they're interested in buying it, what they can do next. And then what will happen is, over time, this compounds into, you have thousands and thousands of little things that all trickle down to your sales video, and people will just buy your stuff pre-sold. And all you got to do is spend 1-2 hours a month. Which brings me to the last part, as far as practicing what I preach. I have been thinking about doing this for 5 people as kind of like a guinea pig test project forever. and I have not. I have kept it kind of as our own secret system. Although I built this for myself and a few of our clients, and it always works. It always works. It like always works, but it takes time to compound. Um, would be curious to know if you guys would be interested in getting this done and how this would kind of look like. And by the way, like this would be totally guinea pig, so I don't have it like super defined, but I would have my VAs go through and they would reverse engineer like these are the hot topics in your industry, and we would send you a list of stuff. You would be responsible for like actually going in, recording this stuff, talking about it. If you need some help with gear and stuff like that, we have some recommendations. But to be honest with you, I do it super simple. I have an iPhone and a $200 microphone. That's about it. That's really all we do. And I guess I have a stand, but I don't really mess around with like crazy technology. It's more about giving value and actually helping your marketplace and sharing cool ideas with them. It's less about trying to be viral and going cool. And then what happens is you would upload those files. Our VAs would then begin the editing process. This takes probably about 7 to 10 days. And then next thing you know, you got the next month's worth of stuff scheduled. And I would help you to create a 5-minute video that sells your stuff. So all of this content drives to one central sales video that pre-sells your services. For those of you guys who have a $1,000 to $10,000 a month service, like this is a no-brainer. I was thinking about doing this for $1,000 a month, which I think is super cheap, but obviously like we'll probably raise that price over time. But for the guinea pigs, you guys would be first and you would kind of get it at a discount rate. On all of these platforms, by the way, you would get a month worth of stuff scheduled. And the only thing I would say is don't bother doing it unless you're like seriously willing to commit to it for 6 months, because it just, if you're going to do it for like, try it for 2 months, don't bother. So what I was kind of figuring, if 5 people are interested out there in kind of testing this idea, I will actually build it. If not, I'll just keep this internal and we'll just use it ourselves. The Alex Hermosi / Gary V / Frankie Finn content pointing to your sales kind of thing video. And also I wanted to show you guys one little piece is you can track it, right? Like this is how we actually track our progress. We can see how many videos we put out, how many shorts, our subscriber counts grow over time. And of course, obviously we have sales and sales inquiries, but even before you have sales inquiries, you can see these little micro wins. You can see people are actually like, we started at 79 subscribers when we first started tracking it. Now we're at a little over 3,000. This hasn't been updated, but you just see that continuous growth. And again, this is not vanity social media where you're just like making posts just to make it. All of this is designed to create interest in your stuff, drive people to a sales page that ultimately sells your stuff and then creates services. The only thing I said is that it compounds and compounds and compounds the longer you let it run, because now in the beginning you have 5 ways people who can find you. Then you got 10, then you got 100, then you got 500, then you got 1,000. And so once you have thousands and thousands of little things all pointing to your main thing, it all just adds up to a continuous, steady flow, and also builds you up as an authority in your space. For the most part, people will come to you, say, I watched all your shit, want to buy it, you resonate with me, how do we get started? And that's kind of like what our typical process looks like. And to me, this is a way better alternative to chasing stuff. So the main benefit, if you guys are interested in potentially being one of those guinea pigs, is I would save you all the headaches of having to figure this out, VAs. And to be honest, there's a lot of like systems and processes that go into this. Like as you can see in Asana, this is how I manage all our stuff. We got tracking Instagram posts, and we add friends on LinkedIn, and we schedule posts to certain groups, and et cetera. So we're always growing those audience, and more people are seeing those content, and that happens continuously, automatically in the background. So if that sounds like something you would be potentially interested in, guinea pig, not asking for your commitment today or any sort of payment, I just want to see if this is something that's even worth building, because we have all these processes, and I think they could really benefit a lot of other people, where you don't have to touch the thumbnails or the hashtags or the descriptions, any of that shit. You just once a month, get on camera, talk for 2 hours about issues related to the things that you do. And then we take care of chopping it up, distributing it, making you a star, and then all of it driving to a central location in that. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you're interested in being one of those 5 people, give me a holler. I just dropped a little metal thing I was carrying in my hand. But that's all I got in this video. I hope it was helpful either way for those of you guys who are doing this or interested in doing something like this. And for those of you guys who are interested in getting some help, let a brother know. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Much love. May the force be with you. Hey guys, if you like this video, you'll probably also like our free Facebook group, Beyond Agency Profits, Agency Lifestyle Design. You can get free copies of the book inside here. I look ridiculous. We're doing weekly Q&As, giving answers to all your questions. Some of the best, smartest, brightest people. We've got lots of industry leaders doing 7, 8 figures and beyond. It's a literal who's who of the brightest agency owners that I know, as well as lots of tips on scaling and stuff, books that work. So if you're not already part of it, you're going to want to be part of it. So make sure to click the link. I put it in the description of the video as well as in the pinned top comment below. So just scroll down and you can join, and it's totally free.